Make it move.
Might run that check while I'm sitting in the Uber. If you don't know me, I'm good with computers. If it ain't about money, I ain't tryna chill. 20 profits, I'm flooded with bills. Most of my bitches, they spoil like some milk. Mansion on the way, that bitch getting built. Rental car service, I check me an M.
Yeah, we here with Tre The Booking Agent. You know what I'm saying?
Nino, what's up, brother? How you doing?
How you been, man? I know you're a busy guy. You on the road all the time. You're moving up and down, third lane to the airplane.
Just moving and shaking, moving and shaking.
You've been moving and shaking, man. So let the people know where you from, man.
I'm originally from a small town, Springfield, Massachusetts, with some of the greatest hustlers you ever meet in your life.
Birthplace of basketball.
Hustler. That's all you know how to do. Springfield, Massachusetts.
No.
That's where I'm from.
Yes, sir. So how'd you get into this, man? Like, this promoting thing and.
I don't really promote. I'm a booking agent and I'm a tour manager. Some people don't know logistics of shows.
Yep.
I'm Tre The Booking Agent. I make sure the artist shows up, but I know the ins and outs of this promotion game because I started off promoting. Right there, you see a big line. That's the regular line. They let that line build up.
Yep.
And then they go over to that's the cut line for people that don't want to stand in line and wait.
Okay.
They'll drop a premium to go to that line.
Yep.
So if this line over here is $100, that line might be $200 or vice versa, But I got into it. I was just getting out of federal prison, and my cousin was a big time promoter in Atlanta. Sean Kennedy, he had a company called Black Seas Entertainment.
Yep.
And I just came home from the feds, and he called me. He said, "Tre, I know you're just home. Come down here, help me with this party." I said, "Parties? I make no money doing that. I'm trying to make some money, So he got me a bus ticket, and I took a train, 24 hours all the way down to Atlanta from Massachusetts. And he had this big party called the Latex. It was the Louisiana Texas Club. Spelman, Clark, Atlanta, Morehouse. He's a Morehouse vet. And I went out there, and it was like bags and bags and bags of trash bags full of cash. And he was collecting from these kids from these parties, And I was like, "Cuz, what's going on? I need to get in this game." And make a long story short, I went back to Springfield. I thought I was a promoter. I started throwing little parties. I was getting my head tore off, losing money and all that. And I eventually just learned the game. Matter of fact, I think me and you and Scope did some parties out there.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Some artists.
Yep.
What we do, Dipset and some other artists.
We did 112.
Exactly. So I was getting my feet wet, learning the game, and eventually took to it like a fish to water,
So after you left Springfield, where did you go? After you left Springfield?
I went to Charlotte.
Yep.
My cousin Sean Kennedy was down there in Charlotte. Went down there with him. He had some clubs and other stuff going on. So at the time, I was doing airbrush shops and just anything I could do to make money. All kinds of hustles, all kinds of.
You do anything you do to make money, be your own boss, but stay legal at the same time.
Oh yeah, I'm not going back to prison. It's not happening. So we got to do whatever we got to do the legal way. So we was doing all kinds of stores, clothing stores, hat and jersey stores, and it was big at the time, and the airbrush shops, and started doing the parties again. There was a promoter in Charlotte named D from Black Ice Entertainment at the time. He had his club called Crush. My partner was O at the time, and we started doing stuff for him. And next thing you know, it just grew. It just grew. The first show we ever booked was Hurricane Chris. Hurricane Chris was jumping. And then it just kind of grew from there. Everybody started hitting us up. "Can you get me him? Can we get me him? Can you get me him?" At first, we just kind of doing this for the love. "Oh yeah, I'll hook you up." And my partner was like, "No, we can make money doing this shit." So next thing you know, we was making $500 a booking fee, $1,000 a booking fee. Started adding up. Next thing you know, we went up in the ranks. We started getting bigger artists, Nicki Manaj and Lil Wayne, and they started calling me the plug, the artist plug. And it just started expanding.
Okay. So what year was this around? Like when was?
That was like 2008, 2009. When shit just started flowing.
So you turned. When did you come home? What year you came home?
I came home in 03.
03. So from 03 to like 08, 09, you was just basically promoting.
I was doing promotions and I was transitioning into doing the booking agency.
And that was like 08, 09, so I transitioning.
Correct.
To the booking agency.
Correct.
Oh, to what we know today.
Correct.
That's Tre The Booking Agent.
Well, it's a whole different level now.
Yeah, it's a whole different level now.
Yeah, because now, instead of me doing all the hustling, the labels will hit me up.
Yeah.
"Hey, we got this artist, we got that, we got a Nicki Manaj, we don't want to scramble and hustle and deal with all these promoters. You put this person on tour. You set up all the dates. You collect all the deposits. Make sure the money is good. Make sure the back.
So you're routing tours.
Routing tours.
Okay. Let people know some of the tours you routed.
We did the first Migos tour.
Yep.
The first Migos Club tour. A lot of Boosie tours.
Yep.
I put Nicki Manaj on one of the first runs. You know, a club run.
Yep.
That was back when she was doing her own thing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's your boy,
it was, the offers went to her email, Nicki Manaj.
Okay.
The deposits went to her.
So this is after the Fendi. She was messing with Deb.
Yeah,
or?
Fendi's my man. This book, I didn't even know what all the business that was going on with that, but she transitioned from that, and I didn't know at the time she was rocking with Safari like that. Safari was like her assistant, but he used to come through. I thought he was just the assistant, you know. But come to find out, they was doing their thing. But she was handling all her own business.
Yep.
And then she gradually moved up. Whatever happened with Fendi, then she moved to Deb, and then she was doing the thing with Johnny Cabell. Shout out to Johnny Cabell, one of the best booking agents in the game. He's the godfather. Taught me a lot of shit.
Yep.
Johnny Cabell out of Atlanta. And then she eventually started, getting into the big leagues.
Okay. So, top of your head, man, off the top of your head, how much you think you made in this game, man? Right off the top of your head.
How much did I make?
You know what I'm saying? Like a rough estimate. You know how much you think you touched, man.
There's
you know
different deals that you do with different artists. So the basic deal you do is a 10% deal. So basically, just to say for rough numbers, you book an artist for 100,000, they give you 10%.
Yep.
Or sometimes the artist is greedy. They don't want to deal with it. You put your own money on top. So then you got to negotiate with the promoter what your booking fee is going to be. All in all, if I go through my books, we probably did $50 or $60 million in transactions with different artists, different tours. Not to say that was my money, but
yeah.
Just the transactions probably 50 or 60 million. People don't usually get to see this shit. Right now we're counting up the back end. So when the promoter books a show, they drop a deposit. And then the day of, they gotta drop the back end. The back end is the balance payment, whatever they owe. So when the artists get there, they can pick their money up in the cash. So right now we count up the back end. Making sure it's all correct.
All right. Okay. All right. It's no small time thing, man. You know. So we used to work with Chief Keef a lot.
Yeah.
So how did that come about,
Chief
man?
Keef was one of my main clients for about 4 years.
How did you meet up with Chief Keef? How did that come about?
I mean, like I said, I'm from Springfield. I'm a hustler. I just pulled up on them. They was in Atlanta. They was doing a big concert called the Birthday Bash in Atlanta.
Yep.
And they were at the hotel. Somebody told me, yeah, Chief Keef was at the hotel over here. Da 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 da. I was like, I just went and pulled up. Introduced myself, told them what I do. At first, they weren't really fucking with me, you know what I'm saying? His manager at the time was the dude named Dro. He was like, yo, we don't fuck with outsiders. Just like that, you know what I'm saying? These dudes gangbangers, they don't know about this shit. They don't want to mess with the outsiders. You know, they just want to do their own thing. So at first they were kind of abrasive, but then once they saw what I could do for them, I was like, listen, you ain't gotta do nothing. Fall back, watch what I do. 2 days later, I went and put 10 shows on the table. 20 bands a piece. That's when he first came out, he was getting 20. 200,000, you know what I'm saying? They was like, oh shit. Then they kind of fell back a little bit. Then Dro was like, listen, you handle all the contracts. You know what I'm saying? I just want to fall back and make sure my artist know what he's supposed to do. You know, then eventually him and Dro fell out. Peter Pan pretty much took over the management, and his uncle, Zoe. And I was kind of working with them to do all the shows, and we did a lot of good business. I don't want no scrambling, I want to hold up to that back door. We're gonna come in and want everything cleared out, it's gonna straight pass straight to the stage. So 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and he's gonna have his crew with him.
Yeah. So when we coming in, all I need is just got 2 guys in the front stage.
So dealing with Chief Keef, you know, at that time you was messing with him, he was kind of young, still kind of wild. You ever had any show incidents, like he missed a show or
this is what people don't understand about Chief Keef. Chief Keef, when he got signed, he was 16, 17 years old, straight out of O Block, and he was on probation for shooting at the police. This wasn't no regular kid just writing rhymes and looking what other niggas is doing. He was banging for real, you know what I'm saying? So when he got in the game, seeing these corporate people and these promoters and all that, he like, don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So when he started missing shows, he didn't really understand it. And I had to kind of tell him, and the team around him had to kind of tell him, like, bro, you gotta make these shows. 90% of those shows that got missed weren't really him. After he missed one or two, other niggas started finessing other promoters, saying, yeah, I get Chief Keef for you. And it just turned into a domino effect, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I think he only really missed a couple shows on his own. Everything else is all finessing other people. Just finished the back end. The back end's all done. We did the walkthrough with the security. The promoter is good. He's getting on his table set up. The liquor is good. The waitress is all set up to bring the bottles out. Everything has to be coordinated because when we get here and you're scrambling, the artist starts to feel uncomfortable. You got a bad show. So you got to make sure the waitress is on point. When the artist comes in, the bottles come out, the sparklers. It's all a good party. Everybody's in motion. It's a good show. And we're gonna come back in a minute, and it's gonna be showtime.
So give me a story with Chief Keef. Like, you know, what's the wildest thing that ever happened with you and Chief Keef? Like, give me a on the road story or.
I mean, them dudes. The first time I took them on a tour, I did a northern tour with them. They never had a tour bus before, and first we was in the Sprinter, and I put them on a big tour bus. The first day was in Charlotte, and with the VA, and with the DC and Pittsburgh. So when he saw the tour bus, he was like, oh shit. He started putting it on Instagram. Everybody from O-Block started hitting him up like, fly us in, we want to get on the tour bus. So the next city, everybody flew into Virginia. It was 60 niggas on the tour bus. Burning, girls running through. The tour bus got destroyed, you know what I'm saying? So at that time, there was a little incident going on with him and Shy Glizzy. And tour bus ended up getting shot up in DC. And we had a little incident where the tour bus got shot up in DC. So that was one of the wildest incidents that happened.
Say city, y'all say girls, city. My girl, JT, if you're in Miami, gonna be here in a second. But you know what they love more than anything? That old school Gucci Man shit. What you got for them? My girls like that trap shit. Let's go.
So you have any like problems with promoters because he didn't show up to a show or anything like that?
I had one problem, but it wasn't really his fault. It was, like I said, it was a finesse.
Yeah.
Somebody finessed him.
Yep.
He didn't know about it. Somebody had a fake show, so I'm out there and I'm out there to go deal with it. I wanted to go to deal with it. I was talking to the promoter. The promoter wasn't having it, you know what I'm saying? So, make a long story short, I had to sit in the hotel room for about 2 days until the money came back, you know?
Oh wow, so they kidnapped you.
I had to sit in the hotel room for about 2 days till the money came back, you know?
Wow.
And luckily, his Uncle Dro, Uncle Zoe, Big Zoe Alonzo, was a stand-up dude. He made sure all the bread came back, and I got up out of there.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. Wow. So I heard you had made that Finito song happen, man.
That I made it happen?
You was part of it. You was,
well,
now you didn't make it happen, but you was.
It was a show that I booked.
I'm riding through New York, skirt, skirt, bite, finna go and shoot New Jersey up, bite, bite, bite. Tryna take my chain, I ain't going. We gon' come and blow New Jersey up, bite, bite.
Big promoter named Quan out of Jersey, good dude, real good dude. He booked a show, and we was in Albany. We was in Albany, New York, on the Sprinter. Sosa had some chicks with him. The chicks, they flexing on the gram. Yeah, we with Chief Keef, all that. Come to find out the whole time, these chicks, they had dudes. So the dudes now, they acting Sosa, oh, we're gonna get you to come here, those is our chicks, you know what I'm saying? These niggas like, what? Bring the smoke. He ain't scared. So when we got to the venue, Quan, the promoter, was like, yo, bring him through the back. And when they get on stage, they can do what they gotta do, and they can leave. Because we're hearing some static, you know what I'm saying? So Sosa's like, yo, I ain't no scared nigga, bring me through the front. So it's like, nah, don't go through the front. It's like, we're going through the front. So when they was walking on stage, some dude in the crowd tried to snatch his chain.
Yep.
Like I said, Sosa ain't no little rapper. These dudes bang for real. They banged their way all the way up out of there and did the show. So that's why you hear that song. They tried to get me in Jersey. I'm gonna come through, shoot New Jersey up off Nino. That's what that song was about. City girls pulling up. Try to get them out the SUV, and we're gonna rock and roll.
Then you heard he booked the show with Young Dolph too, right? During that time when he CIAA, was it CIAA? Yeah, I think it was that. Yep, I think it was CIAA when he had that song going at Goddess people. And,
yeah, CIAA a few years ago. Well, that was a promoter named Johnny.
Yeah.
M. Watson, Tez, and the boys out of Charlotte. They booked that show. But anyways, earlier that day there was an incident where Dolph truck got shot up 100 times. Luckily for him, he had a bulletproof vehicle.
Yep.
And he got up out of there alive. He still came to the show. Everybody was on the internet. He ain't coming, it's over with. They said, Tre, what? They talking about they ain't coming? I'm about to pull up. He came, pulled up to the stage, did the verse. I guess it was this or Gotti, whatever it was. He slammed the mic down and walked out. I was like, damn, I can't believe this dude showed up.
It's real, man.
He showed up.
It's real, man. It's real. So one of your newer ventures, man, you was running with Pooh, Sheisty, one of the new upcoming artists right now.
We did a lot of shows with Sheisty. We did Super Bowl. We did a lot of cities.
Mm-hmm.
He's a thorough dude. You know what I'm saying? Like his team, like his camp. Shout out to Jason Wagner. He that's one of his managers. You know what I'm saying? Make shit happen.
So what happened with that situation with him? You know, I know he was in Miami. Did you book that show when he was in Florida? The show where he got caught up with the incident, he got locked up after?
Oh, at King of Diamonds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I booked that King of Diamonds show.
New at 5:30, a popular rapper arrested. He's accused of shooting a security guard at a South Florida gentleman's club and will remain behind bars. A judge denied bond for 21-year-old Lontrell Williams, known as Pooh Sheisty. Police say he was performing at King of Diamonds in Miami over Memorial Day weekend when cash was knocked out of his pocket. When the crowd tried to grab it, police say he showed off his gun, and while he was being escorted out of the club, he fired a shot, hitting the guard in the ankle. He's been charged with aggravated battery.
So what's the story behind that situation like?
I mean, there is no story. Pooh Sheisty didn't shoot nobody. See, this is the problem. This is the thing that a lot of people don't understand. You ever go to a hip-hop show and you see 1 million people on stage?
Yep.
Guess how many people the artist know?
5.
If that.
If that.
It'd be his entourage.
He's the biggest
that
name.
Knows. Now, say you come with somebody to the club, right?
Yeah.
You come somebody to the club. You the artist. Your dudes know people from out in that city.
Yeah.
So they got people.
Yep.
They people call they people.
Yep. It's all
Then
over.
the promoter, they feel like, oh, we just gave this dude 100,000. We about to be on stage with all our people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now you got 100 people on stage. The artists don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Some shit jumped off. Somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody did something.
Yep.
It had nothing to do with him. Because he's the artist, because he's Pooh Sheisty, and what he represents, they automatically locked him up.
Yeah. Crazy.
So that's what they do.
Let me get a happy motherfucking Halloween. Period.
Here we go.
So what's some of your craziest moments doing this booking thing, man?
Some of the craziest moments, you know, having to sit in that room for a few days. I went through a funny, well, not really crazy, but a funny incident with Trina one time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in Atlanta. We had a show in Atlanta. We had a double show. We had a show in Atlanta, and then we had an after party in Savannah. So we were running, we road running. We get all the way back to Atlanta. We pull up the Waffle House. She wanted Waffle House. Trina wanted Waffle House. Over there, Virginia Avenue, Atlanta, by the airport. So we all in the Waffle House. She get her food. Her road manager Byron gets his food. The hairdressers get their food. The security Big Ro, he got his food. And I'm waiting on my food because I was making sure everybody else is good.
It's your boy,
You know, as a tour manager, you got to make sure everybody's straight. You can't be worried about you.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people go on the road, they be drunk, they be high, they run around fucking hoes and all that. I don't get none of that. I be about my business, you know what I'm saying? So I was making sure everybody was straight, they got their food. Now I'm hungry. I'm like, where my food at? So I'm waiting for my food. They messed my order all up. They finally get my food. I go outside, the truck gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, where the fuck is the truck at? I'm blowing up the security dude, I'm blowing up Byron, the roadman. I'm like, yo, what the truck? I hear Trina in the background flipping. Fuck that, da da da. Trina got in the front seat of the vehicle, because I was driving. She got in the front seat of the truck and pulled off.
For what? Why?
Because I was in there waiting for my food. She ready to go to the room. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she just left you there?
Yeah, she did. So she pulls back around. I didn't know at the time. The truck pulls back around. I'm like, oh, okay. I go to the driver's side, and Trina hops out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what the hell's going on? So anyway, she gets in the truck. I get in the front seat. The whole truck is silent. Everybody got their head down. Ro, he like 6'8", 500 pounds. He got his head down. Byron, he got his head down. Everybody all sad. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what's going on? Trina's like, I'm fucking ready to go. I'm fucking ready to go. So I kind of smoothed her out, you know what I'm saying? But that was kind of a crazy moment. I never seen an artist hop out the back seat, get in the front, and pull off in the truck.
Yeah.
You know
left the booking agent behind.
Left me behind.
Dang, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what are your some of your social media influences?
So my social media influences, what do you mean?
Like, you know, like who do you follow, like as far as on social media? You know?
I mean, I follow a few people. Grant Cardone is a big influence right now because I'm really getting into the real estate space. So Grant Cardone, Bandman Kevo. I fuck with Bandman Kevo. We got kind of a similar story. He came home for the feds. I came home for the feds. He started doing different stuff. I started doing different stuff. I like what he's doing with the credit, and talking about real estate, and talking about getting money.
Yep.
Especially him coming from Chicago, because I know exactly where he's from in Chicago, and I know how hard it is to come out there and do the right thing. So I fuck with Bandman Kevo. Grant Cardone and Bandman Kevo. Anybody really motivating people to get money.
Okay.
Him 500. I like the Him 500 dude, the Wall Street Trapper. I like all that whole little circle that's talking about real estate and getting money.
So how can other people like do what you do? Like, what advice would you give them? You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of hustling, man. People think it's easy. You're just walking in, chilling with a celebrity, and you go home and you make money. It's a lot of groundwork. First of all, the artist gotta respect you and the artist gotta trust you. Because we got an artist, there's some artists, I mean, we did Amigos, Tez and them did Amigos a few years ago for All-Star Weekend. The back end was like 200 bands, you know what I'm saying? So you're dealing with a lot of cash, you're dealing with artist safety, because they gotta make sure when they get that club that they come out in one piece. So it's a lot of connections you gotta have. You can't just wake up one day and says, I'm putting Nicki Manaj on tour. You know, it comes from a lot of people seeing what you're doing, starting from the ground up, going from this artist to that artist, and another artist seeing what you've done for the past artists, and you're like, oh, you can do that for me. So that's why I say now the labels will call me, the artists will call me, and say, I don't want to scramble and deal with all these promoters. This is my calendar, the calendar's open. You book all the dates, you deal with all the money, make sure I get my deposits, and make sure I get my back ends, and I'm cool. As far as what people can do, I mean, I'm about to start giving away some coaching courses. I'm gonna give away a few free, and the other ones we're working on, the team is working on what the fee is gonna be. But you can come sit down with me. I can give you some sauce, I can give you the connections, I can get you all set up to where if you're in your town,
It's your boy, Nino.
you can deal with your promoters, you can deal with your clubs, and you can, you know, be your own booking agent in your area. We're setting that up now, so you can get at me, we can figure it out. You can hit me up on my Instagram at Tre Booking Agent, at TRE Booking Agent. Or hit me on my cell, 413-433-3821.